Hi guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome into my channel. This is Seven Veil Tarot and Astrology. So today we're going to be doing a reading for Capricorn. This is going to be somewhat of like, I guess you could say a part two to a reading that I did the other day. I started the reading at 4:44 p.m. and then my camera cut out, but I felt like the message still needed to be delivered, so I posted it anyway. So, and someone also commented and asked me for the rest of the video, so I decided to go ahead and do a part two. So, Capricorn, I hope you guys are all feeling good and doing well today. All right. So, we also do have four planets right now in Capricorn. We have the Sun in Capricorn, Mars is in Capricorn, Venus is in Capricorn, and Mercury, I believe, is also in the sign of Capricorn as well. Okay. And then so the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. So we can't also forget that Saturn right now is currently in Pisces. So there's definitely the energy of boundaries, right? This could be you setting boundaries with yourself, right? And also setting boundaries with other people that you may be involved in, with as well. Maybe other people that are in your energy. And as I said that, setbacks and settling flew out of the deck. So your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. Give yourself the time and space to evolve and discover your true path. You're avoiding what needs to be done because it feels too difficult and taking one step forward only to take two steps back. Setbacks are telling you that you're not ready to enter the next phase. You can't expect different results if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have planner. Take stock of your feelings and identify what needs to change. Explore careers in event planning, project management, or professional organization. It's crucial to make a plan so that each day counts. So I definitely feel like you guys are making plans, okay, reevaluating things about your finances, reevaluating things around your structure, okay. The root chakra is highly significant at this time, okay. It's making me think of the Four of Pentacles, and so science just flew out. Keep an open mind as something is unfolding just for you. Explore roles in science such as chemists, forensics, biochemists, or similar fields. Apply scientific methods to solve your business or financial problems. So, some of you could work in a scientific field. You could be interested in one of these fields, okay? You could be thinking about maybe going back to school, learning a new skill, learning a different way, or like, yeah, just pretty much a different way to make money, okay? um, you could be creating and just thinking about, different methods, right? I almost am looking at like a Capricorn who's just sitting there jotting things down, writing and planning all the thoughts and all the things that are coming to your mind. You are putting them on paper so that you can visualize things and that you can, start building, okay? And then we have manifesting in the reverse. So, all the tools you need to increase your income are within your reach. Great things are coming your way soon. An opportunity may arise for you to showcase your talent, but that was in the reverse. So, you know what? I kind of almost am getting the energy of a Capricorn that's doing too little or that's not doing enough, right? So, we do have this card out here settling. So, let's just say you are unhappy in what it is that you are doing when it comes to your finances, right? Um, it could be setting you back in some type of way, right? Maybe, um, the more you settle at wherever you are, let's just say if you're at a job that's not paying you what it is that you feel like you deserve, the more that you continue to settle at that job, you aren't going to be able to increase your income in order to be able to put the money into the other things that you want to do, right? Kind of what I'm getting, all right? And then we have retail behind that. So if you have an idea in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for it. Consider careers in retail or e-commerce, whether in goods or services. Save time, energy, and create passive income by moving your business online. So Capricorn, some of you could be thinking about starting an online business. Maybe you're someone who is actively in the workforce and you want to find ways to integrate yourself to be able to work from home. All right. So I'm going to get a few oracles. Okay. To see what comes out, kind of set the tone for the reading. And then after that, we will move into the tarot. All right, so I'm just going to get a few shuffles. I'm going to cut the deck, and we're going to see what comes out. All right. And this doesn't necessarily either, it doesn't have to be in career or money, right? It can also be within personal connections as well. Okay. Like you could be settling even in the friend groups that you have, right? So let's just say, you have friends who aren't aligned with the same type of things that you are. So if you have friends that are on a different path or, a different frequency, right? Well, shared experiences, as I said that. Shared experiences deepen the bond between you and others. But then we have inner conflict. Inner conflict makes decision making difficult. So if you have friends, right, that let's just say, are into different things than you are, right? Maybe you are feeling like you're settling, or maybe you feel like you have nobody to talk to, maybe you are needing to like find a mentor or find somebody in the field that it is that you want to get into, right? If the people that are around you aren't aligned with the same type of goals, okay? And then as I said that, we have safe space at the bottom, a place where you can truly be yourself and feel at peace. So you could be needing to find a safe space, right? Also feel like, you could be needing to like settle into your nervous system. Maybe there's something that you are still needing to heal, right? To allow you to relax, to allow you to respond or bring in or call in a certain type of success. Okay. So let's see, Capricorn, what's going on? All right, we have the cold shoulder, and that's coming out in the reverse. Someone is deliberately distancing themselves, hiding dissatisfaction. Why do I feel like that actually came out in the other reading that I did? Okay, what's this? The cold shoulder in the reverse. Okay, we have ulterior motives. Someone may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. All right, what's this ulterior motives with the cold shoulder? We have a love triangle, and that's coming out in the reverse. A hidden emotional entanglement is present. Okay, this is coming out in the reverse. You could be seeing the angel numbers 913. I've been seeing that like a lot for the past couple of months. So Virgo energy could be significant to you. Something could be going on with your health, right? We do have science here. Maybe there's a need to, for some of you, like get checked up. Maybe there's like a need to look into like your bloodline on your maternal side, okay? Something about your lineage is important and significant. All right, so we have hidden agenda. Someone has a hidden agenda and motives. Okay, so I feel like you found out, Capricorn, about somebody trying to put you into a love triangle. All right. You realized where you were settling. Okay. Um, the cold shoulder is in the reverse. So it just feels like this is something that you know, this is something that you're aware of. You see the hidden agenda, you see the ulterior motives within a situation, okay? And there could be some unspoken tension around you, all right? Tensions lurk beneath the surface. All right, what's this hidden agenda? All right, we have protective shell, and that's in the reverse. Someone is keeping their true emotions hidden for self protection. What's this protective shell? We have holding back. The other person is not being fully open with you. All right, so someone is lying, someone is keeping something hidden. All right. I almost feel like this is something that you know about, and this is something that you are removing your energy from. Okay, and then we have double crossed. So you could have been double crossed and or betrayed in some type of way. Okay. What's the setbacks? Okay, we have doubts surface, and this is sideways. Someone's trust in you is starting to waver. What's doubt surface? We have the real story. The true story will come to light. So if there's something that you have been doubting, I feel like the real story is wow. We have breaking news. A surprising revelation will shift your perspective. Okay, so it could be a revelation within this reading. Um, or it could also be a revelation that you are going to be noticing within your life, or it could have been something that you've already gone through, right? Where someone was holding back, someone wasn't truly being honest, trying to keep you into a third party situation or a love triangle, all right? All right, sorry, I had to pause the video. My son came in asking for me to open his yogurt. I knew I heard him going downstairs in the refrigerator. But so breaking news is at the bottom of the deck, right? So a surprising revelation will shift your perspective. So I feel like this is something that you could already know, something that you're already sensing, okay? You could have been, I'm almost feeling like you could have been going through a situation that could have been depressing, right? Or could have had you focused on the wrong things, right? Maybe you were more so focused on what you were going through, like in your personal life, and you weren't um, upkeeping what you needed to in regards to your finances and your work. Just saw 1331, so you could be seeing 1331. Scorpio energy, the death card. So you could be going through a transformation. This could be a type of transformation around your finances. All right. What's the real story? Like, I just feel like finances, something around finances and money is important. So we have temporary distance in the reverse. The distance in the relationship is temporary and things may reconnect later. What's temporary distance? And for some of you, we have mixed signals. The signal from someone are unclear and confusion. So for some of you, Capricorn, I feel like this third party doesn't necessarily even have to be another person, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be negative for some of you, right? It could be, right, you or someone else in your energy, right? So if you're someone that's cross watching for Capricorn, Capricorn could be going through this, or Capricorn, another person could be doing this to you. I just saw 1441, so temperance. Um, but I feel like this could be a situation where it could seem like somebody is lying. It could seem like someone is holding something back, and like there is like a hidden agenda, right? Maybe you're thinking that they're cheating. Maybe you're thinking that they're doing other things, but in reality, they're actually having financial trouble that they don't want to open up to you about and they don't want to speak to you about. Maybe they don't feel safe. Okay. Let's see. What's mixed signals? All right, we have it's complicated, more complex than it seems. Right? So something is more complex than it seems, right? So what it looks like on the surface, it's not necessarily that. All right, what is this over here with science? We have public exposure, and it came out in the reverse. So private matters could be exposed. So you could be afraid that something that you're going through privately could be exposed. You could be thinking about even exposing someone, right? We have exposing lies. The truth will eventually be exposed. And then we have past life echoes. Some connections or feelings feel like echoes from a past life. So there could be, and then we have friendship tests behind that. Your friendship is being tested for loyalty. So I feel like with past life echoes, this is just the energy of you and someone probably being really familiar with each other. Like you could have known each other for a long time. Maybe there is a lot of history within a connection and or a relationship, which is why things are complicated. There could be mixed signals because there's just honestly a lot of confusion, all right? But we're going to dive in some more and see exactly what is going on. Okay? What is this public exposure in the reverse? Somebody could also be afraid of something coming out. Wow, past life echoes. Some connections or feelings feel like echoes from a past life. What's past life echoes? We have keeping secrets. Guard secrets or be asked to keep one. A lot of secrets. And we have ego check at the bottom. Interactions are forcing you to confront your own ego. So someone could be keeping secrets from you. You could be keeping secrets from somebody else. Okay. And I just saw boundaries respected, and that was in the reverse. And like I said, there is something that feels like something about boundaries is significant, something about Pisces energy, and something in regards to the 12th house, okay? And even though love triangle is out here in the reverse, it doesn't necessarily have to be, um, like I said, it doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be family issues. This could be like, just blockages or interference, okay? Thinking about the Three of Cups in the reverse, there could be just a lack of harmony, a lack of contentment, all right? Let's see. I want to get another one of my decks. Okay. Let's get some more information out here. This is like an astrology oracle deck. I'm not even sure what the name of this deck is. I'm going to get a few shuffles. And we're going to see what comes out. I'm probably going to jump into one more oracle deck really quickly. And then we're going to pull some tarot. Okay. Cut the deck. Okay, so we have Mars at the bottom of the deck. Sexuality, conflict, and assertiveness. And like I said, Capricorn is in the sign of Mars right now. I feel like there could be some drama a lot of toxic behaviors, thinking about Capricorn energy and the devil, right? There could be some temptation. Things are coming up about money, right? You're having anxiety. There could be cloudy thoughts as well, all right? I just saw 2020, so you could be seeing 2020. Cancer could be significant. Also, something around the fourth house. So, something around your root, which I did believe I mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but your root chakra, that's money, your stability, finances, feeling grounded and safe inside of your nervous system. Okay. All right, so we have Uranus retrograde, fear of change and failure, unexpected shifts. What else? There's a pregnant lady on that card. I can't help but think that some of you could be expecting a pregnancy. It doesn't necessarily have to be literal pregnancy. You could also be birthing something, creating something, thinking about new ideas. Maybe some of you are thinking about creating a new business. You could be battling with yourself between which direction you want to go in. You could be battling with yourself between what type of financial investments that you feel like you should make. You could not want to like settle into like a certain type of investment and make the wrong choice, right? So you could be like almost like, I don't really know too much about finances and like the stock market and things, but like let's just say you're like over there putting money in, then you're like, no, you're taking it out, then you're putting it somewhere else, and you're taking it out, so you're going back and forth with yourself. You're not sure what you should do. I almost feel like somebody could have also lost money as well. So let's just say some of you are in a relationship. There could be like mixed signals, or there could be something within a relationship where you're thinking that your partner is cheating and your partner is just, like I said, really bad with money, and your partner maybe made a bad investment they don't want to tell you about. They could have messed up some type of finances, okay? And this could be why they're keeping secrets. With public exposure in the reverse, this could be something that they just don't want to come out, or they are afraid of telling you, okay? And then we have the 10th house. So popularity, public image, and career achievements. So definitely something around building, something around legacy, okay? There is the energy of maybe somebody um, not wanting to be seen in a negative light, right? So if there is someone that did something negative to you, right? Let's just say this is a cheater, or this really is like a negative type of situation, right? Something could have hit you that was unexpected, and now there's going to be public exposure around a situation, okay? And then we have the 6th house, health, work, and routines. So you could be thinking about switching your routine, doing different things to make money, like I said. All right, and let's see what else. Ascendant, personality, impression, and appearance. And then we have 2nd house. So that's like your resources, values, finances, working on your money. Um, almost feel like somebody could be wanting to switch or change their identity. Something about you, something about your appearance could be different. I did mention pregnancy, right? So I was looking at this woman on this card, okay? Not all of you, but some of you, okay? There could be something about your appearance that you're hiding. That could be the real story that's about to come out, where you're pregnant and maybe you didn't want anyone to know. Um, for some of you, not all of you, okay? Let's see, what else? We have the 4th house. So I did mention the 4th house, family, home, roots, okay? So something could be changing in a home dynamic. Somebody may be needing to get things in order for the arrival of an unexpected change, like a baby, right? This could be a baby that is meant to be born as a part of your legacy, all right? And let's see, let's get one more. And then we have Libra, balance, diplomatic, and justice. And the moon is in Libra currently. When I checked the chart to see where the planets were, I believe the moon was currently in Libra. So you could be trying to just find balance, okay? I'm thinking of the Two of Swords, right? You're looking for mental clarity. You are, trying to make a decision mentally about your next steps, about your life, about your future, about how you think, how you want things to look for you, okay? About what you want to build, about what you want to create, all right? And then we have the first house again, okay? Identity, reputation, and self awareness. I just saw 555. So something could be changing definitely in your life, all right? And then we also have Gemini, expressive, sociable, and versatile. You could be networking. And here's that 12th house energy that I mentioned earlier, dreams, secrets, and spirituality. But it just almost feels like maybe like 12th life echoes something about the maternal line. Um, and we have Neptune, fantasy, inspiration, and spirituality. So, what are you dreaming about, right? What um, what type of fog needs to clear in your life? All right. What are you working on that's going to bring you happiness? That's going to bring you pleasure? That's going to bring you joy? All right. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into the tarot. Okay. I'm going to get a few shuffles out of my deck. I did pre-shuffle off camera, but all the cards are in the upright. So I reset my decks by putting all of my cards upright. And then, I shuffle as I feel I need to once I am, doing my reading. Okay, so let's get a few shuffles. And also Capricorn, so I meant to say you could have Libra in the 10th, Libra in the 4th, Libra also in the 1st. And then we have Aries at the bottom of the deck as well. So someone could have Aries in the 10th, 4th, and or 1st house. And your 1st house and your ascendant is the same. Okay. Get like 2 more shuffles. I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what's going on, Capricorn. I also feel like some of you could be thinking about going back to school as well. Like I'm feeling like there's a Capricorn out there that maybe feels like they need some type of credentials to do what it is that they want to do. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords, Page of Wands in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse with the Hierophant. All right, so with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, there's definitely some type of delays or setbacks, okay? With the Ace of Swords, there's going to be a breakthrough, all right? This could be a breakthrough in regards to communication, right? This could have been communication that was delayed or communication that was blocked, right? So this public exposure or whatever this person was holding back could be about to be brought to the light, all right? This could also be you, right? If you have been, let's just say you've been lethargic, you've been tired, if you haven't been coming up with any new ideas, if you felt like you haven't had like a creative spark, if you felt like you've had issues with self expression and opening up, okay, this could be you about to make a breakthrough in that, because the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, right? So that does hint to delays and setbacks, right? The Ace of Swords is in the upright. Even though the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups is in the reverse, I feel like the Ace of Swords is that breakthrough energy, right? Within a delayed period of time, okay? And then behind that, we have the Hierophant. So structure and order could be being restored, okay? Somebody could be like thinking a lot, like spiritually, religiously. Maybe somebody is thinking about getting back into some type of practices, all right? The Hierophant, I'm almost feeling that energy of, like I said earlier, of somebody maybe feeling like they need a mentor. So this could be somebody feeling like they need like a spiritual mentor, like, somebody feeling like maybe they need to talk to a pastor, or, talk to even like a therapist, right? Let's see. What's going on for Capricorn? Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Ten of Swords. The Death card. With the Six of Cups in the reverse. I feel like there was a painful ending. Something could have had you disconnected from yourself, right? You could be reminiscing and thinking about the past a lot, right? About how you maybe could have been betrayed, how you could have been hurt. We do have the Sun in Gemini. I did mention Gemini energy as well. So Gemini could be significant to some of you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio also significant. I feel like you're in a period of transformation. You could be reliving the past right now, okay? You could be looking at where you are now versus where you used to be, all right? You could feel disconnected from yourself. And then we have the Two of Wands with the High Priestess, right? So you could be looking forward, planning, thinking ahead, thinking about your next steps, okay? What's the Ace of Cups in the reverse? All right. We have the Five of Cups. So there was grief, there was pain, there was sadness. What's the Five of Cups? Okay, we have the Two of Cups and the reverse. So this could be a breakup. This could be you separating from parts of yourself, right? This could be like an imbalance that you had within yourself. Almost feel like the energy of somebody just being like really hurt, really sad, really depressed. Someone who maybe hasn't been taking care of themselves in the best way that they, or maybe this is like somebody who's been taking care of themselves in the best way that you know how, but you're not necessarily pouring into yourself like you're used to. You're not pampering yourself. You're not going out. You're not, just doing like things that revolve around self care. All right. What's the Two of Cups in the reverse? Five of Cups. We have the Two of Swords. I mentioned the Two of Swords earlier. What's the Two of Swords? We have the Queen of Cups. So this could be something that you're noticing, something that you are observing about yourself, about your past, okay? You could be thinking heavily about a relationship as well, and the separation that you could have recently gone through, all right? What's the Queen of Cups? We have the Eight of Cups. So you're looking at the past and you're seeing what it is that you need to walk away from. Okay. You could have been looking at the things that didn't bring you joy. All right. This could have been the Ace of Wands in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This could also be you with the fact that you just didn't have any ideas, right? There could have been an imbalance within yourself. You didn't have any ideas. There was no creative spark. You wanted to create something new, which maybe you just didn't know how. All right. And then we have the Hangman. So you're needing to shift and change your perspective. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So you could have been caught in some type of illusions. All right. You could have been needing to see the truth about some things. All right. Which could have caused you some guilt or some grief, some sadness. All right. The solar plexus is also significant as well too, right? Where you were just blocked from your creativity. Okay. Let's see. What's this Ten of Swords? We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So after a painful ending, you're deciding to release burdens. We have the Queen of Wands, so solar plexus. You're working on your confidence. You're working on your creativity. You are trying to transition from being unsettled about the past, okay, and moving into more confidence. All right. And for those of you who I did talk about, something being significant with your appearance, right? For some of you who may be pregnant, who may be experiencing that, maybe this is you learning to find some type of confidence, right, with your pregnant body. For some of you, if you are pregnant, okay. And let's just say some of you, right? Let's just say this is the aftermath. Some of you could be like in a postpartum phase where you are now ready to get out, into the workforce again after having a baby. So you're working on yourself. You're going to the gym, right? You could have had like a really painful first couple of maybe, I don't know, years or months or whatever of being a mother. Okay, maybe it's getting a lot easier for you to be a mother. You're stepping up into your role, right? We do have the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the King of Cups here as well, and then we got the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups. So you're working on, I feel like, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. You want like tangible success, all right? And you know that you have to work hard towards that. So maybe like, let's just say if I'm talking to somebody that's thinking about getting into the gym, you know that in order to get up and go to the gym, you need discipline, right? But that's one step of the process of you applying that discipline throughout your whole entire life, right? We did see the Hierophant. So structure, discipline. You could be working on, order and reorganizing things around in your life for yourself to make life flow easier and better for you. Okay. You could be thinking about changing around your home. You could be thinking about changing, your public image. I don't know if I said this earlier, but like, I felt the energy of like somebody wanting to go back to school, somebody wanting to get like credentials or, a different type of like certification, okay? To just give yourself, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but just to increase your, I don't know, viability. I feel like that's the word that I'm looking for. I don't know if that's the appropriate word, okay? What's the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Wands in the reverse? We have the Ace of Pentacles, right? So this is new opportunities, new money, new career, new car, new home, right? I did talk about the fourth house. Maybe you were wanting to go back to school. This is you getting that degree. This is you maybe graduating, okay? Finding the confidence, the happiness, just coming back into yourself, right? Building, all right? This could be you also in the process of maybe, like I said, someone who wanted to start a business, okay? You could have gone through a lot of emotions. You could have gone through a lot of like ups and downs when it comes to business, when it comes to working with different people, right? So the third party, the love triangle in the reverse that we saw, that could be like business partners. Like I said, it doesn't always necessarily have to be romantic, all right? So let's see, what's this death card? We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. What's death with the Six of Wands in the reverse? We have the Star. Okay, so you're going through a transformation. Wow, we have the World and the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance and the Moon all at the bottom of the deck. So you're going through a transformation, right? Something is ending in your life, right? With the Six of Wands in the reverse, this could be something that maybe you're not even going to be happy about, right? Um, it could have been a failed plan, right? It could have been a failed opportunity, right? Something that you really wanted that you didn't get. But with the Star here, it's like you're still going to get the recognition that you deserve, okay? Or maybe if you didn't get the recognition, like let's just say like an opportunity or something was taken from you, you're going to get the recognition that you deserved. Okay, you're going to be seen for the person that you are. I almost feel like, you're a star, you're an innovator. You have a lot of positive, amazing qualities about yourself. Okay, so this Six of Wands in the reverse could also be you doubting yourself, thinking that you're not going to be victorious. Okay, with public exposure in the reverse, looking at this Six of Wands in reverse with the Star, this could be the energy of maybe like something not coming out, like something happening behind the scenes, something protecting you, right? Like this could be some type of protection. Like something didn't work out for you, but it was meant to push you into a higher trajectory of your path, right? This was a part of a cycle that you had to work through with the Eight of Pentacles. You had to balance things out. You had to learn patience with something. Okay, it's almost like the energy of like, success is not going to come overnight. Like you have to really work for it. You have to really grind. And then once you put in the work, once you put in the grind, then you'll get the recognition. Okay. What's this Six of Cups in the reverse? We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. This is you clearing up something from your past. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords flying out in the reverse with the Sun in the reverse. What's the Knight of Swords reverse with the Sun reverse? The Nine of Swords. Yep, I was thinking. I just saw 444. There could be like a lot of scattered thoughts, or there were, right? A lot of anxiety, a lot of fears, right? Um, Maybe this is someone that I'm talking to that is destined for success, that is meant to be seen in the public eye, that's meant to get some type of exposure, right? You could know it. I could be talking to someone who is almost afraid of their own talents, all right? You have too much anxiety around you, right? There's anxiety, there's fear, there's worries. You could have been having like, sleepless nights, scattered thoughts, right? You could have been unhappy, depressed, right? But this is being cleared up. This is a cycle that has to end because you put in some type of work, right? You put in some type of work. You had the patience, okay? Balance is going to be restored in your life. We have Libra out here as well. Balance and justice. And today, I didn't even say today is January the 9th, 2026. So today is an 11. So let's see, what's this Nine of Swords with the Sun reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed? We have the Two of Wands. Forward movement, forward planning, moving away from the stress, the fear, the anxiety, the restless thoughts, moving away from the discontentment, the disharmony, moving away from social groups or friend groups or people that don't align with you, not allowing your past to obstruct your future, okay? Not thinking that you won't be successful when you deserve success and when you deserve recognition for your talents and for your gifts that you have to bring out and into the world. Don't be afraid to chase your goals, to chase your dreams. Don't be afraid to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in this life. And then look, we have the Fool. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. We have the Fool with the Four Wands in the reverse, with the Five of Swords, and then we have the Hangman. I feel like this is you needing to take a leap of faith. This is you needing to understand that you're not going to have anything to celebrate, right? Four Wands in the reverse. You're going to have a lot of tension, right? You may be, you may feel like you self-sabotage with the Five of Swords, right? If you don't change your perspective, if you don't allow, if you don't stop allowing fear or, grief, sadness, whatever it is that you're holding on to that you need to walk away from, right? Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, right? If you don't break free of that, if you don't take the leap of faith, then you're not going to have anything to celebrate. This is you needing to change your perspective so that you have something to celebrate. Okay? This is you right here. We have the Seven of Cups with Justice in the reverse, with the High Priestess, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups. You got to make the right choices in order for the balance to be restored, okay? Use your intuition. Use your creativity, okay? Use that to manifest your abundance, your joy, your wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups, all right? And then we have, I keep saying the King of Cups as well. So there could be a matching pair that I'm speaking to, a King of Cups to a Queen of Cups. And while we have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit, the Emperor with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So I could be talking to a couple, right? And this could be like you and your partner, you love each other, okay? You're happy and content with each other, but maybe there could be like issues within the home. There could be imbalance in the home. Maybe you're both imbalanced because you both could be having issues when it comes to finances. Something is set, holding both of you back, all right? For those of you who are in a relationship. Okay, we have Judgment in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse with the Nine of Pentacles, not knowing which direction to go. You could be unaware of certain things that you're still needing to figure out. All right. Venus and Virgo, that's like independence, that's breaking free from what's holding you back. Let's see, what is this Two of Wands? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Hold on one moment, my son is at the door. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out. So this is like slow and steady progress to your goal. Like I said, success will come, but it's not necessarily going to come easy. It's not necessarily going to come overnight. It's something that you're going to have to actually like put the work into. Something that you're going to have to actually grind, make all the, the right appropriate steps. You may fail, right? I just heard Aaliyah. I have like a bad nasal drip, and it's like starting to act up. But I just heard Aaliyah. At first, you don't succeed. What? Dust yourself off and try again, right? Sometimes, failure is a part of life, right? But even if we fail at certain things, we learn from our mistakes. So this is like the energy of like, even if you're looking into the past, don't allow your past to affect you that much to where you can't break free and you can't move forward. Okay. This is a cycle. We have the world, right? This is a cycle that you're undergoing. Okay. That you can get past and that you will get past. All right, Capricorn. All right, I kind of want to get some more um, of these just to see if there's anything else you need to know. Okay, so we have Leo, and then we have the 8th house. So Leo, that's the sun, so clarity. And then the 8th house, Scorpio energy, death, transformation, also birth, right? A birth of a baby or a birth of a creation. We have Taurus, okay? So with Venus energy, creativity, discipline, trustworthy, and then we have the moon behind that. So someone could have a moon in Taurus, a Leo moon, a Libra moon. The moon is in Libra currently, right now. All right. Someone could want to work and do something when it comes to their hands. Okay. With the 8th house, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there that works in like a taboo type of field. I don't know why. Like I just heard like mortician, like like you do something that's not like the average type of job, or like not even. I mean, not to say the average type of job, but like not the kind of job that you would just like expect. Like if you were just, hey, like, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a mortician. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but we have the 3rd house, knowledge, perception, communication, and then we have the 2nd house, finances, values, possessions, and then Cancer, emotional, loyal, and understanding. So we have the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. So you and your person, and here's Venus again, right? So creativity, abundance. Someone could do something with their hands. Somebody could want to open a business where it's like maybe you have like an earthly business where do something with herbs or like candles or and not because I have candles behind me, but candles, like maybe you sell like oil, um, something like about like somebody could do hair, um, kind of what I'm picking up. But we have with the 8th house though, and we do have death out here. So definitely going through a transformation, a rebirth. And here's Aries again at the bottom of the deck. So Mars energy is significant. And we do have Mars in Capricorn right now. I just opened to Mercury retrograde, delay, misfortune, and understandings. So there could be a delay or some type of misfortune or misunderstanding with you and a partner, right? King of Cups to Queen of Cups, around money, around work, finances, blurred lines within the home, with Neptune and the 4th house. And here we have Mars again. And Mars is in Capricorn. Okay, so I just saw 5454, so you could be seeing the angel number 5454. 909 could also be significant as well. There could be like some type of like endings or completions happening in your life. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get some advice for you guys, Capricorn. And then we are going to probably end your reading. All right. So going into the moonology though first. So at the bottom of my moonology deck, we did have boundaries. Okay. Behind that is beginnings. All right. So let's see. Let's get a moonology. See what comes out. I just saw 5544. Okay, so we have face your fears. And then we also have how at the moon, process your feelings. All right. And let's go into our advice. I'm going to pull the advice cards so that way I can just go ahead and read them all at the same time. Okay, that was rest and rejuvenate that just came out. Made me think of the Four of Swords. Okay. All right, let's see, Capricorn. What advice do you guys need to tie up your reading? All right, we have movement, choices, and decisions. And look, there's temptation at the bottom of the deck. That's Capricorn energy. All right. So let's do movement, choices, and decisions. If I can find it. Okay. It is on page 81. So the number 9, we just saw 5454, and I did say 909. And it is a red border, so this has something to do with your root. Okay, so movement, choices, decisions. This card indicates a time of movement. Significant changes and choices must be made. With hard work, great effort, and determination, you have the ability to juggle all the demands that are in front of you. Whether they concern money, business decisions, or other projects, it's important to stay flexible and focused. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out for the best advice and assistance. In addition, in a financial union or partnership, may present itself to you. The more time you take to make these vital decisions and choices, the longer it will be before you can move toward your goals. In the physical material world, the changes that are emergent aren't some random acts or coincidences. They are all part of a positive and larger scheme. Notice the connections with everything, as this will enable you to avoid future problems and conflicts. Okay, and let's read Face Your Fears. And I open to boundaries. I'm going to read that one just because I opened to it, and that was at the bottom of the deck. So it's on page 106. So the number 7 is significant, Libra, and also Cancer, so I'm thinking of the Chariot. So it's time to take a full and honest inventory of your behavior in the recent past. Have you been going too far? Have you been acting out? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? If you know that you've been misbehaving emotionally, it's time to rein things in. Draw up some boundaries. As much as you might want to get your own way in the current situation, you also need to take other people into consideration. If someone has been overstepping boundaries with you, it's time for you to let them know gently but firmly. There is magic in the air when this card appears. But you mustn't let emotions overwhelm you. You could be about to receive what feels like a miracle, but you need to behave in a way that is supportive of everybody involved. Spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your best move is next. And I did just say the Four Swords. When emotions spiral, you can often chase away the very thing you want to attract. You're a unique and magical being. Emotions are running too high. Avoid overreacting. Draw a line under the past. Use your intuition more. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you've been overreacting and you need to watch how you react. There's a need to think before you do things, okay? And let's find Face Your Fears. All right, so it's on page 28. So that is 10, which is 1. Okay, so we have the 10th house out here. And I just like sort of scratched my eye, like, and my glasses really felt like an old lady. It's like what grandmas do. but so face your fears. Right now, you're being asked to face a fear. You may feel alone, but you're not. You have a team of celestial beings loving you and guiding you. However, at the moment, it may be that you need to stand on your own 2 feet more and face whatever fear is stopping you from moving forward. You need to do things on your own right now because you're in a period of soul growth. Whatever is challenging you now is something you need in order to evolve. However, hard that may be to believe, be super kind to yourself and know that you're still connected to the three-dimensional you you know who's that everything now is happening for your highest good. Know this, the more we resist a lesson, the harder life has to work to show us what we're meant to see. Whatever you're going through now is a lesson. If you push through fear now, you'll come out on the other side a changed person. The whole universe is on your side. Additional meanings for this card. A health matter can improve, and in the beginning of the reading, I did say something about your health. So don't forget, if you were thinking about, some of you, maybe you're feeling like you need to go to the doctor, need to get a checkup, just, check on your health, you know. Um, and then we have rebalance your chakras. Find someone you can trust to share your situation with. Be kinder to yourself and others. Stop being stubborn about this symbol. At times we may feel alone. Even in truth, we still have a team of celestial beings surrounding us and cheering us on. Life can feel very cold. Okay, I kind of feel like, I don't know why I feel like I want to get like another oracle, but I almost feel like that was good enough, Capricorn. And I feel like we can end your reading right here. I hope that this reading gave you some clarity. You could also be seeing 333. I just saw 333. I hope that this reading gave you clarity. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right. Bye-bye. Also, I want to also thank all of my new subscribers. I do greatly appreciate it. The likes, the comments, they do help my channel. So I do appreciate your support. Energy is currency, and what you give, what you put out, I do believe that you get back tenfold. So hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and bye.